It's not too much glare there. Behind me, I have all the items laid out that I would use in the experiment that I'd like help with. This is a call out for anyone living in an area of upcoming partial solar eclipse. Not folks living in the area of a full, totality, but areas in partial eclipse where there will be remaining sunlight. I made an observation in 2017 during the solar eclipse that occurred down here in Oregon, south of where I live. I live up in Washington State, around the Morton, Washington area, and I lived in an area of partial eclipse. And I'd like to share with you the observation that I made. Well, let's get these tools going here. It would require the use of one of these infrared thermometers, some type of a barrier, some type of something to set the barrier up on. This is a second camera just to catch the recording, and this is an optical device that's optional. What I do here is I'd actually take the obstacle and set it up like that. So you are creating, simplify this, so you're creating an area of sunlight and sunshade. See this? Sunshade, sunlight. Let's get this out of the way. It's confusing also. Okay? So to duplicate the experiment that I did in 2017, all you would need is a barrier like this. Okay? And you'll probably get better readings if you place it all on a piece of plywood or something like that. But the grasp will work. Then you take your infrared thermometer, and when the partial eclipse is at its height, you take this, you turn it on, and I'm in the Northwest, we go by Fahrenheit most of the time, and then you measure it right here, and that's telling me it is 86, 89 degrees in the sunshine. Okay, now we just set this barrier up. How much is it in the sunshade? 77. There's already a 12-degree disparity, and you saw me set the, so this is going to increase, 84. This is going to get cooler, 77. 77, 87, 85, it's about 8 degrees. So the observation that I made during the solar eclipse is when you measure the temperature, now you're going to be in the area of partial eclipse, so you're going to still have plenty of sunshine, just like we see behind me right now. You can set up a barrier just like we did right here and have an area that's exposed to the sun and an area that's not exposed to the sun. And my observation in 2017 was that when these temperatures are measured, the area that was still exposed to the sun became 2 degrees colder during the eclipse than areas in sunshade. Yeah. And we'll see, as this heats up, let this heat up behind me, we'll take one more measurement, because we just set this up, right? The disparity will get up to around 20 degrees between the sunlit area and the, especially if it is on plywood, the plywood heats up faster, and it also cools down faster, where vegetation soaks in and also takes time. Vegetation has more of a flywheel effect. So let's give this one a flywheel effect. And while we're giving it just a couple more minutes. So I was actually taking measurements off of concrete. So concrete that was in remaining sunlight and concrete that was remaining sunshade. So I'm sure the average normal uh, difference between sunlight and sunshade at that hour of the morning was probably around 20 degrees. So, so not only did it overcome, when the eclipse happened, not only did it overcome the 20 degrees normal, you know, polarity difference or temperature difference, it became 2 degrees colder in the area of remaining sunlight. Yeah, and I had this all recorded on film, and all the film's been lost. So I have no proof that I made this observation whatsoever. So I need your help. Yeah, I need so, and honestly, in scientific method, we should we should seek to prove and disprove discoveries, hypotheses, to sift out what is true and what is not true, right? And so that's what I'm doing. I do experiments. And one of my experiments I did in 2017 with a setup just like that. Shade, remaining sunlight, remaining sunshade, and use something like this, record the measurements, and leave it in the comments. I'll post this on Facebook under Sunny Jim Fenison, and also on YouTube under Double Club Flute. Yeah, that's me too. Used to be Fenison Flybar, and for all my fellow pilots that followed the Flybar, I have completely lost access to that account. I'll leave a comment in the comment section at Flybar saying, "Hey, hi, this is Sunny Jim, and I can't even shut down this account even if I died. It's up forever." But I'm going to start posting Flybar video here on Devil's Club Flute, and I'm also going to put a shout out. I hear Northwing is for sale, and I want to put a shout out to whoever's thinking of purchasing Northwing. Please talk to me about the Flybar. Yeah, it might if you have the investment to purchase a hang gliding company. I'd like to speak with you about how both the Flybar invention, which did receive a U.S. patent, but I have since let the patent expire, and so it's public domain. Yeah, anybody can build a Flybar. Yeah, so you can hire me as a consultant. Okay.